Hi everyone, today we're going to be working on adding a guitar track to our 12 bar blues sample in Soundtrap. So if you have a guitar and you're recording your guitar part in there, you can fast forward through this part. This is for our producers who are going to be using the virtual keyboard. So when we're playing a chord, we're playing at least 3 different notes at a time. When we're strumming the strings, each string is a different note, and where we place our fingers changes those notes. So I'm going to show you the 3 notes that are in the 3 chords we're doing. Yesterday on the bass line, you just played the root of the chord, the most important note of the chord. And now you're going to simultaneously play all 3 at the same time, okay? It's not going to be that hard, I promise. So I'm going to draw up here for you 3 different sets of keyboards and show you which one is which. Okay, so I've drawn 3 different keyboards here. Notice your patterns of 3 and 2. I have this keyboard starting on the note F, this keyboard starting on the note C, and this one starting on the note C. So our 3 different chords we have for the A major blues. We have A major, D major, and E major. Okay, these are the 3 chords that we're doing. So the 3 notes that are inside of those chords, right? For A major, we have A, C sharp, and E. For D major, we have D, F sharp, and A. For E, we have E, G sharp, and B. You don't really need to know right now why those notes are in there, okay? Just know that those are the notes we're playing, okay? I'm going to show you exactly where they are, and you're just going to use your keyboard on your laptop or Chromebook or typing keyboard and press those 3 notes at the same time. So I'll show you that in Soundtrap in a second. So we're going to find these notes on here. I'm going to circle them. I'm going to put pictures in a Google slide for you so you can see it all again. But this is just to get you started. So A, remember, is here. So A. C sharp is here. Okay, so it's this in-between black note here. And then E is here. So you play all 3 of those notes at the same time. For the D chord, we have D. F sharp is on this black key. And A is here. Okay? And then our last one, E, is here. G sharp is on this black key. And B is here. So notice each of them have at least one black key involved, okay? Now, if it's hard for you to play all 3 notes at the same time, try just maybe doing 2, okay? Maybe A and C sharp, D and F sharp, E and G sharp. So get one white key and one black key, okay? Adapt it for however it works for you. I'm also going to be asking that you play like a shuffle sort of rhythm. I'm going to demonstrate that in a second in Soundtrap. But again, if that doesn't work for you, keep a steady beat, okay? Find a way to adapt it for yourself that you're playing some of the guitar chord and it sounds nice to you. Okay, so let's switch to Soundtrap. Okay, so here is my demo from yesterday. I have my drum track and I have my bass track. What you're going to want to do is also kind of clip off some extra things. So to edit and size down some clips, you click on it. Now if you see this little arrow here, I'm going to drag it right to the end so it stops where it is, because maybe it took you a second to stop recording. Keep in mind, if you press the space bar on your keyboard, it'll stop it from recording, okay? So I'm gonna go over here and get rid of this part of the clip too. Okay, so first and foremost, for my guitarist, you're going to be adding a new track and using voice and microphones. You're going to need to use headphones to do this, okay? If you don't have headphones, you're going to say start recording, and it's going to turn off some of these back tracks if you don't use headphones, and you won't be able to play along very well, okay? So you say start recording. I'm using headphones, and I'm not right now, so I'm about to get some feedback. Okay? So it turned off some things when you said you're not using headphones, so it turned off this track. So I guess technically if you don't have headphones, you can do it and you won't get feedback. Okay, I'm just gonna clip this again because I missed that a little. Okay, so also you can mute tracks as you're doing it if you want to mute the bass line while you're recording the guitar line, whatever works for you. So guitarists, I want you to hang out here for a second. I'm going to show everyone, producers and guitarists, the rhythm that I want for this. So I'm going to do a quick demonstration, producers, and then I'm going to show you how to do it yourself, okay? So I'm going to go to guitar and bass. I'm going to pick a guitar sound that I want. I don't want guitar chords. These are all weird, like super rock power chord sounding. Yeah, not exactly what I want for a blues sound. Okay, so I'm going to go to a jazz. I can pick any of these. I know I really like this one. Okay, so I'm going to click this guitar. Now I'm going to play the A chord. I'm going to type it using N, L, and Q. Remember, I'll come back to this, my producers. And I'm going to click all these at the same time. So the pattern that I want is like a blues shuffle. So I kind of want like 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 1, a 2. So guitars, I want you to play that type of rhythm too on your guitar, okay? You can use down and up strokes, you know, just try to make it sound good. So the chords you already know, you're just playing a new rhythm. So remember how I talked about adding in that extra measure yesterday in the beginning? So my track goes up to 13 measures, but that's because I added in one in the beginning. This gives you a chance to kind of listen to the drum set part and make sure that you've established a tempo first. So I think it's important to add this measure before your bass line and your guitar line. So I'm going to start recording, and here I go. It's going to count me off, and I'm going to wait one measure before my guitar part comes in. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm still on A. 4. Last measure of A. Good. Now I just press my space bar to stop that as I'm going. Okay, so guitarists, you can pretty much stop here. If you need any help recording, let me know. Producers, I'm going to backtrack on this a little bit. So I'm going to click this track and press delete or backspace. So let's start with the A chord. Okay, you saw me click it. So I have the N I'm doing for A, the L, and the Q. So I'm clicking all those at the same time on my keyboard. Like I said before, if you can only get 2 of those notes, so be it. If you get that N and that L to get the A and the C sharp, great. If you get the N and the Q to get the A and the E, that's totally fine with me. Okay, now you're not going to be able to do all these chords in a row without stopping. You're going to have to record each individual chord as it comes. Okay, so notice how before I recorded the A part, and now I need to do the D part. So I'm actually going to put that track back. I just did Command Z or Control Z to undo it, but I could have undone that action up here too. So here's all the A. Let's just take a listen before I do anything. Cool. I want to hear a little bit more of that bass line, so I'm going to turn that up over here. Maybe turn down my guitar part. Oop, wrong way. There we go. Okay, now let's listen. There we go. We got a nice balance here. Now, like I said before, if you want to keep a steady beat with that chord and you don't want to do that shuffle and you just do 1, 2, 3, 4, and you have it line up with the bass line, that's totally cool with me, okay? I'm going to clip this track a little and edit it so I can add in my D chord next. So I'm going to go to this arrow here, drag it so it stops at that measure, and also take out this time I waited. And now I'm going to put my play track here, so that's the measure I'm going to start at. Now look, you can even see here that that's where I changed chords. That's where I changed notes in the bass line. So I'm going to start on my D chord. So my D chord is here, and the 3, and R for the A, okay? Technically, you could play that other A down here if you want to. That's your choice, as long as you get the right combination of notes. So I have D, F sharp, and A. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to record, and it's going to give me time before it comes in. So that's going to be a good thing. So watch how that works. 2, 3. So you give me 2 measures. 2, ready, and D. Now I press the space bar to stop. Honestly, if it took you a couple seconds, that's fine, as long as you're not playing. And now I use this and pull it back. Okay, now I have to record. Well, that's kind of overlapping a little, so I'm gonna pull that back a little bit more. There we go. Now I put the play track again here, and I'm gonna record the A chord again. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Great, now I stop that, and I cut this. Now here's the fun part. Technically, so we go back to D here. If I want to take this track and Control C to copy it, and I line up my playhead because I know I go back to D here and paste it, well, would you look at that? There's the D chord again. Now this is the E chord right in here. This is the D chord here, so I can slide it to line up where I know the D chord is. I'm gonna trim it so I don't have to play it again. Look at that, I already have it. There's the D chord. Okay, now all I gotta worry about is putting the E chord here because I haven't recorded that. Now, if it doesn't line up well, if you didn't record it really well, if the tempo doesn't match up, copying and pasting may not work, and you may just need to record each chord as it comes, okay? And put in the same amount of work that, you know, the guitarists are doing right now, because they can't exactly copy and paste, okay? So now the E chord, I'm going to play here E, and now I need G sharp, and now I need B. I can move this down to this E over here if I want, and actually I think I might do that because this feels a little high right now. So I'm going to do the C, H, and the M to play that. Okay, so now I'm going to put my playhead where I want it. I'm going to say record, and it's going to give me 2 measures. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, ready, E. Now, if I didn't stop recording in time, it would have gone into this next track, and that whole copy pasting thing would have been irrelevant. But theoretically, we would have copy and pasted this after you put in the E chord, okay? Now we're back at A chord here. Well, guess what? This was A chord, so I'm gonna take this and copy it. I'm gonna put it right here. Oh, look at that. And now I can play it. There we go. And that's it. That's the whole thing. Just make sure you know you're playing the right chords at the right time. I'll put the music that you need into the Google Classroom, into the slides and everything, and you'll have this video. I hope that helps. And you know, you can always jump into the live lesson today, and I'll help you with that. Okay? So have a great day, and let me know if you have any questions.